What is up, my friends? If you're anything like me, you've been sitting around and watching this Fantastic Four teaser a zillion times, trying to get some sort of a grasp as to what is going to be happening in this movie. This was just a teaser. All a teaser is supposed to do is establish some sort of a tone and give you the vibe for the film, and then we wait for the official trailer to kind of give us more information. But as I've been sitting around watching this thing over and over, something has continually started to resonate with me, and that is the fact that I think that this movie is going to be much more emotionally grounded than a lot of people are anticipating. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Please leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section regarding this. What do you think this movie is going to be about? And do you think I'm right about any of this? But when I say this is something that people might not be anticipating, that is very heavily leaning on the fact that this has this very prominent 60s aesthetic going on. And so upon first look, you're watching this trailer and you're just like, gosh, dude, this is like a WandaVision type thing. It kind of feels goofy and fun. You have the Fantastivision thing going on, and Reed is like, welcome to our home, we're preparing dinner. And it continues down that road. We get introduced to everybody. We get Ben Grimm, we get Sue Storm, we get Johnny, and Johnny looks freaking fantastic, no pun, and he seems very goofy. He seems like a Johnny Storm, which I love. For Joseph Quinn, it feels like a perfect cast for me. But as we get deeper and deeper, we see these like overhead shots of New York City and flames flying in the sky towards them, and then you have Johnny shooting out into space, hovering above the earth. You also have this point where Reed Richards is like furiously writing on this chalkboard. You have a moment of him holding Sue Storm. There's a lot going on that I think is going to resonate on a level much deeper than, say, a Thor or an Ant-Man. This is Marvel's first family, and in this first movie, their introduction to the MCU, I feel like we have to start things with a bang. Now, I do want to preface really quick before I dive into what I think is going to be happening and ultimately happen in this movie. This could end up being a spoiler, and I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. I'm not a genius, and this is not any sort of insider info. This is just the vibe that I'm getting. So if you're not worried about that, stay with me here. I think that this film is going to take a direction similar to Infinity War, because there are a few, some of those shots that I just talked about. There are a couple things that sort of mirror each other. There is a lightness to this teaser and a darkness to this teaser. There is the first family who's living this happy-go-lucky life in the 60s. They're on top of the world. The Fantastivision thing almost seems like they have their own dedicated channel that's just on all the time following them. They are superheroes. They are the world's finest. They are living in kind of the Stark Tower in the middle of the city, and everybody adores them and worships them. But what happens to them if everything is taken from them? I think what's so harrowing about where this all could be going is we're going to watch this movie and we're going to see how happy these people are and how important they are in this universe, and then we're going to see this world, their Earth, completely stripped away from them. This is just a theory, but if we are moving into Doomsday and we are moving into Secret Wars, these worlds are going to have to start either colliding, causing incursions, or starting to just fully disappear. The entire point of Secret Wars is really whittling everything down to one amazing world, battle world that Doom is in charge of, you know what I mean? And I feel like they're very much following that same structure. And so this isn't me, I'm not trying to be a bummer by any means. This honestly excites me because it shows that this movie is going to have a very deep crux to it. Now, I could be completely wrong, and this might just be a fun, goofy movie, and then at the very end of it, they're like, I wonder what Earth 616 is doing over there, and then they pop into it. But I feel like their entire universe is going to be destroyed, and they're going to be cast out into the world without any sort of a universe, and they're going to find their way into a new universe. I think the working theory has always been that they're going to get lost somewhere, and they're going to be trying to come back to their world and not be able to find it. But when it comes to Galactus and him being a focal point of this thing, he consumes planets. Like, that's what he does. And do we really want to see this go in a direction like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, where Kang the Conqueror is this super powerful villain that steps in and then Ant-Man just beats him with some ants, and it is what it is. Like, I'm very much assuming with this movie that Marvel has taken a nice look as to what has worked in the past and what hasn't worked. And I think something that will separate this family from maybe other characters in the MCU is giving them that pivotal film that leaves them hanging, that leaves them on such a cliffhanger where you just need to see them again. You have to go see Doomsday or you have to go see Secret Wars because you're like, what the hell happened to the Fantastic Four? We don't know at this point how good Captain America is going to be or the Thunderbolts is going to be, and the MCU has been in kind of a peculiar place. You know, you can find joy in a lot of the projects that come out, but as far as the overall connection of this multiversal saga, they need something like this. And with this cast, people like Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, these are very emotionally savvy actors. They can deliver. And so I know that's a lot to get from just a small teaser, and I'm very excited to see the official trailer because, again, I could be way wrong on this, but it's very exciting to me, at least, that they're showing that there's going to be some emotionally resonating things that's going to be a big part of this film. I'm excited to see the difference between the Fantastic Four when they have to like put on a show for the world versus when they're intimate and things are going wrong and they have to really huddle up and team up together, you know what I mean? And so it's an exciting time to be an MCU fan. There's a lot to talk about. I absolutely loved this trailer, but I do want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think I'm right about any of this? I could be completely wrong. Please let me know all of your theories. Start that discussion down below. Also, my friends, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. But more than anything, keep up the good vibes. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!